Hi everyone, my name is Tu, and some of you might know that I have a YouTube channel where I teach people how to code, but many don't know that I spend a lot of my time in the kitchen and I cook a lot of Vietnamese food. One of the favorite dish that I like to make is the fresh spring roll. The freshness of the herb, the sweet and sour of the dipping sauce just make it a perfect combination. And it's perfect for appetizer, for friend gathering, for family dinner, for any occasion that you want. And the best part is, it's not too difficult to make. And I'm going to show you how to make the most authentic Vietnamese fresh spring rolls from scratch. And we would have something like this. Plus, I'm also going to show you how to make the dipping sauces in 2 different ways. So if you're ready, let's get started. Alright, the 2 most important ingredients for the spring rolls are rice noodle and rice paper. And the reason why we call it fresh spring rolls is because of number of herbs that we use. Here you can find that we have some Thai basil, some coriander, some mint, as well as some cucumber to add a little bit of scrunchiness to the spring rolls. And here we also have some pork meat for the filling, as well as some shrimp, but those are not cooked yet, so let's move on to cook those too. Alright, so let's move on to the actual cooking part. We're going to cook the rice noodle, the pork, and the shrimp. For the rice noodle, we're going to cook it in boiling water for around 5 to 10 minutes until it's soft, but not too soft. And for the pork, we're going to cook it in the boiling water as well, between 15 to 30 minutes, depending on how big the piece is. And for the shrimp, we just need to put it in the boiling water for just around 1 minute, and it should be ready. When the shrimp is cooked, we can rinse them through cold water so that it will stop it from cooking, and set it aside. And we can also take out the shell of the shrimp as well. Similar to the shrimps, we're also going to rinse the rice noodle through cold water so that it will stop cooking. And let's set it aside and let the rice noodle dry out. To check if the meat is done, we can use chopstick and make a hole inside the meat, and if there is no blood, then it's done. And once it's done, we can take it and put it in cold water so that it will stop cooking, and it would be easier for us to cut them. And I'm going to leave them here for around 1 minute. Alright, now that the meat is cooled down, we can take it out and slice them in small pieces. Alright, so now we have all the ingredients ready for the spring rolls. Let's move on to making the dipping sauces. So for the first dipping sauce, which is a sweet and sour sauce, we have here some fish sauce, some chili, some garlic, lime or lemon, and a bit of sugar. To dissolve the sugar, we're going to add in some hot water. Not too much, just a little bit. And let's dissolve those. When it's done, let's set it aside. For the chili and garlic, let's cut them in smaller size. And then we're going to smash them. Once it's done, let's add them to the sugary water. Alright, so now let's add in maybe 2 spoons of fish sauce. You can adjust them according to what you like, but maybe 2 isn't enough for me. So let's add 1 more. Alright, maybe 1 more. Now the color looks good for me. And we can add in some lime after it. So the end result will look something like this. And you can taste them and adjust them according to what you like. But now we have the first dipping sauce ready. For the second dipping sauce, which is hoisin dipping sauce, of course we're going to have some hoisin sauce, some peanut butter, some vegetable oil, as well as some garlic, some chili, some shallot, and we also need a bit of sugar as well. To make this sauce, first we need to put the vegetable oil in a hot pan. And let's wait for it for a few seconds. While waiting, we can chop up the garlic and chili. And the shallot as well. And we can smash it. Alright, so now when the pan is hot, we can put in the mixture. And we're going to cook it until it changes the color. We're going to cook it for around 1 minute, and then we're going to put in the hoisin sauce. And we also put in the peanut butter as well. And now we will need to have some water. Let's put in some water. And lastly, the sugar. And we can turn out the heat as the pan is already hot. And just mix it for a few more times. Now when it's done, we can take it to a cup. And now we have the second dipping sauce. One of the best part about eating the fresh spring rolls is that you can sit down with your friend and family and wrap it together. So I'm gonna show you how to wrap a fresh spring rolls. You can see here that I have a pan of warm water. So first we're going to take the rice paper and dip it in the water and put it in a big plate. And we're going to take the pork and put it in here. And next we're going to take the rice noodle and put it in as well. After the noodle, we can put the herbs and the vegetable. So we're going to put in the Thai basil, the coriander, the mint, and then the cucumber. And lastly, we're going to put in the shrimps. So I'm going to put in 3 pieces of shrimps. Now all we have to do is wrap it. So just slowly, step by step, just roll it over. And on the edge, we can wrap it as well. Alright, so now we have a spring roll. You can choose the dipping sauce that you want, but my favorite is the sweet and sour fish sauce. So I'm going to use it, and all we have to do is dip it in and eat it. It tastes delicious every single time. So I hope you succeed with your spring rolls. At the end, I want to wish everyone a happy day and happy the 8th birthday of Smartly, and see you around. Bye!